About 6 months ago, we built this portable power station, and we did it without spending a ton of money. And all winter, it's ran these 10 high bay lights that draw a combined 1,500 watts. And it also powers anything else I need out here. Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today I want to talk about alternative power sources, or how a rural property owner like myself can get power into our outbuildings and when we're working out away from the house. So if you watch a lot of YouTube and you watch homesteading channels and channels like mine, you will see a lot of videos about portable power stations. I have done 2 videos that were sponsored videos for a portable power station. And I said, you know what? I'm never doing another one of those videos again because I don't 100% believe in the product. I don't completely believe that we've reached a place in the electric power station market where they can produce a unit that is good enough to justify what it costs. And until they do, I'm not going to represent one because I took a hard look at them and said, Brock, would you ever spend that on one of these? And the answer is no. So sitting here behind me is another portable power station. It's a monster. It's a lot bigger than the ones I've had before. It was sent to me by a company, and I tried it out. I used it a little bit, and then I recorded a video saying what I thought about it. And they didn't like the video because I didn't say 100% positive things about it. They said, you can't publish that, redo it. And I said, no, that's my opinion. We have got 2 choices here. Either I'll publish the first video or I'll ship this back to you. And they said, ship it back. So this portable power station right here that cost $4,000, and this right off the screen here, I've got solar panels for it. Those are shipping back tomorrow. And it's because I'm not going to say something I don't believe to be true. So let's talk about your options. If you're like me, we've got the house here, and our meter's just slightly off from the house. Then I've got a shop with trenched-in power, and it's got a full 200 amp service in that shop. Now, whenever I took this unit, I was excited by the fact, or the reason I decided I would take it, is because it has 220, a single unit with 220 volt power, and it's got the same type of plug that I've got for my manual transfer switch on the house. So I've got a Champion generator, puts out 7,500 watts, and I can connect it with this cord to a box here right next to me, and I can run everything in the house that's not 240 volts off of this generator just by flipping one switch. I said the only way I'm taking a portable power station is if I can plug the same cord into the same power station and run the house when the power's out. And this unit will do that. Although it's not quite the power output of the gas generator, it's close enough and it'll run everything in my house that isn't 240. So I decided to take the product. But then when I recorded the video, what I wanted to talk about was, which does it make sense to buy? A $4,000 electric battery bank with solar panels, or a $900 generator? And I weighed the pros and cons, and I thought, what if I didn't make videos? I'm just some guy out here. Which one of these would I buy? Well, I'd buy the gas generator. So the advantages to the portable power station is you don't have to pay for the fuel once you have the solar panels. It's now essentially free energy as long as your system lasts. Whereas with the gas generator, I have to buy gasoline or I have to buy propane for it. But when you're talking about $4,000 to $1,000, how long is it going to take me to spend $4,000 in gasoline for a backup generator? We've lived here 4 years, and if I had this system the whole 4 years, I would have ran that generator as a backup for the house for about 5 hours, and 4.5 of them were on one day when we had a line break. Just here on our driveway, we had a line come off the power pole, and it took a little while for them to come out and fix it. Outside of that, this would have just sat here the whole time. And what am I getting for that extra $3,000? Well, the answer is, I suppose you can use it for other things. So when I got this power station here, my thought was I can have it as a backup power source for the house. I can make the case that if you have enough solar panels, you could, during the day, flip that switch, run most of your house off of this and the solar, and save electricity that way. And that's true. You could save some electricity if you wanted to go to the trouble of, when this is charged, flip your switch, run your house off of this. When this runs down, flip your switch back. It could be a cost-saving mechanism for someone who wants to save some money by investing up front in this system. But I thought, am I really going to do that? And no, I'm not. And the other thing about it is you have to buy quite a few solar panels to make it where it can keep up. So there's a lot of expense in the solar panels. And then, where am I going to put them? How am I going to mount them? How long are they going to last? You've got all this, and basically for me, I just said I don't want to deal with it. But the other thing I thought about is I could run my shop off of this. It's got 220. It could run a welder. Well, the thing is, even though I've been offered 100 portable power stations, I get 2 emails a week saying, hey, we'd like you to test out our portable power station. They'll give me the unit. They'll pay me. Twice a week I get offered. I said, I'm not doing it. You can't pay me to take one of these unless it meets certain criteria. Well, I thought this one did. Then I got it, and I really looked into it, and it can't. It can't run that building. Now, it's one of those systems that's stackable. I could get 4 more battery packs for this and build it up, and then put like 20. You can charge it at a really high rate. I could put a whole array of solar panels. I could like build this whole rack outside the shop and set it up with a stack of these and cut my electric bill by $50 a month or whatever it costs me to run electric out to that shop. So I have that option, but that system, this right here is $4,000. Then you're talking about adding more of these. I think they might be like $3,000 a piece. You're going to spend like $10,000 on batteries. And then all these solar panels, you're going to spend $12,000, $15,000 if I wanted to run my shop completely off of this system. I thought, is that realistic for the average person? That I can't say that it is. So if you're like me and you've got multiple outbuildings, I say, what are my options? I can run power underground or overhead from my electric pole, either do it myself or hire an electrician, and run power out to that building, dedicated power. And that has a sunk cost, and then I pay an electric bill. I've done that once already. Power's run from the pole out to my main shop. Then from there, I got a guy with electrical experience to come help me, and the two of us put conduit in and ran electrical down and put a panel in my equipment building where I stack all of my tractor attachments. And in that building, I don't have a high power draw. What I did is I put 2 motion sensor lights that only work at night up. So if it's dark outside and I drive into the building or I walk into the building, lights come on. Then I put 2 plug-ins, one on one end, one on the other, and the only thing I ever plug in there is occasionally, like, I'll want to run a battery charger or something just basic like that. Occasionally I'll plug one thing in out there. That's it. That's all the power I need in that building is just a couple lights. And I could have done like solar lights or whatever. But in that case, I decided to trench in power. Let's say that cost $500 to $1,000. It's a sunk cost. You're done. You never have to think about it again. You don't have to worry about how old is the batteries on my unit. So for backing up the house, I'd rather have a gas generator. For an equipment building that is within close proximity, I'd rather trench in power. Now, let's talk about my Quonset hut. My Quonset hut has 1,500 watts of light. If I'm in that building, I'm running 1,500 watts of light. And that is very high output, high bay lights. They draw a lot of power. And the portable power station I had before this one was really nice. I gave it to my dad because he really likes those power stations. but it wouldn't run those lights. It kept kicking off. And when I first got it, it would run them, but it would drain the battery in a hurry. And then after a little while, it started tripping it when I would plug the lights into it. So it's not even working for that, even though it's rated for it. Now this one could definitely run those lights, but I could set this up out there with solar panels and run the lights off of it. So why not just do that? Why am I sending it back when it works and I could use it to power my Quonset hut? Well, last year, my dad and I built our own DIY, low-cost, portable power station that has been running my lights all winter. And it works just fine. And it cost us about $1,000 to build that. And this is better than what we built. Definitively, this is better than what we built. But is it $4,000 better? Or $3,000 better? And the $1,000 I included out there included the solar panels. So I just can't justify it to the viewer. If you're interested in a DIY portable power station like this, check the video description and the links at the end of this video, and you can see our build on this project. There's another category of possible customer for this. What if you're living off-grid and you just say, I don't want to pay the electric company anything ever. I want to run full solar and have battery banks. There are versions of this that are massive and very expensive that might be the smartest bet for you. But I don't have any experience with that, and I can't speak to it because I'm not setting it up. And I think if I was doing that, I would go through a whole home solar company to set that up for me and get a warranty and a service plan on it, so if something goes wrong, I've got that backup. So I think this product behind me is a fantastic piece of engineering. I applaud the company for making such a good product, but I cannot say that I would ever buy one. I think we're probably 10 years away from them making a unit like this that has the power that I need at the price I'm willing to pay. And if you see me with one of these units in a video, call me out as a hypocrite, because I'm telling you now I don't believe in them unless something serious changes with the technology. So that's just my thoughts on it. And I kind of feel the same way about electric tractors and electric lawn mowers and all this stuff. I don't think the technology is there yet. And that everyone can have their own opinion on it. Anyway, I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.